I'm good. How are you?
Nice.
Did you have a good weekend? Good weekend? Yes.
Yeah. I did my homework and read some vocabulary.
What's that? Are you saying racquetball? Sports?
Racquetball? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool.
And take care of my child.
Your children.
Yeah.
Good. How many children do you have?
Only son.
Okay, just one.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
Oh.
Well, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Right.
Okay. I have some words to show all of you. Last lesson we talked about compound nouns. Compound nouns. So I have some nouns here, and I would like you to think of what compound nouns we can create with these words. Remember, a compound noun are two nouns that we use together. So the word back. What other word can I create using back? Back. Any ideas? When we go to school, what do we wear? We go to school, we put, one more time, back.
Backpack.
Yeah, backpack. There's one. Oh, after you exercise or after you do a lot of lifting, ooh, your back really hurts. What's that called? When your back hurts. Ooh, any idea? Okay, when your back hurts or when your head hurts, what do you call that? Starts with an A. Anyone? Ache? Backache? Thing? Yeah. Backache. Okay. A backache, when your back hurts. You could also say back pain, which is common. Back pain. Okay, one more, which is also an action. Instead of going forward, I'm going back. You can say back up. Back up. Okay, go backwards, go back. Okay, now let's do home. What isn't some nouns we can create with home? Yeah, homeschool. This is when your parents teach you from home or you have a teacher at home. Homeschool.
Homework.
Yes. Homework. Our favorite, homework. Okay, I have another one. When you go traveling for a long time and you miss your home, you really, really miss your home, you miss your family. Do we know this? Oh, I think I heard someone try to say it. Homesick. Yeah, when I'm homesick, this means I miss my home. I miss it. Okay.
Eyelash.
Yeah. Eyelash. Okay. What is our eye called? Eye.
Eyeball.
Yes. An eyeball. Okay. Also, look or seeing. Okay. What is the noun for seeing? To see. Sight. Eyesight.
Okay.
Contact. Eyes.
Okay. You can say eye. Well, usually contact lenses. That's a new. We have contact and then lens. Contact lens. Good, but we can say eyeglasses as well. Eyeglasses.
Eye drops.
Oh, eye drops. Yes. No one likes eye drops. Eye drops. Okay, when your eyes are dry or you have an infection, you need to put eye drops. Not fun. Okay, air.
Airplane.
Airport.
Ooh, airplane, airport.
Air Force. Air
Craft.
Force.
Craft.
Oh, Air Force, aircraft. Oh.
AirPod.
Yeah. AirPod.
Air condition.
Ooh, yes. Air conditioner. Air conditioner or air conditioning as well. Wow. Smart. I only had 3. We can also say, not really common, but air mail. Okay, we send mail by plane. Snow.
Snowball.
Snowball.
Snowboard. Work.
Boat.
Board.
No, snowflake. Flake.
So flake. Snowball.
Board.
Snowflake. What do we make with a snowball?
Snowboard. Board.
Snowboard.
Board.
Yes. Good. Snowboard. Okay. Snowball. Okay. Very big with a carrot for a nose, a hat.
Snowman.
Yeah. Snowman. We can also say snowball fight. Snowball fight. And when it snows a lot. It's snowing all day. Snowstorm. Snowstorm. Door. Ding dong.
Doorbell.
Doorbell.
Yeah. Doorbell.
Doorbell.
What do we use to open the door? Do we know what this is called?
Doorknob.
Doorkeeper.
Ooh, what are you saying? Skipper?
Keeper. Doorkeeper.
Doorkeeper? Oh,
Well, doorkeeper.
okay. We can say doorknob. Okay, this is what we use to open the door. Or more simple, we can say door handle
Oh.
to open the door.
Door step.
Step,
Door walk.
Step.
like this, step,
Yes.
doorstep,
Or keys. Maybe.
door keys. I don't think so. Door keys. I have not heard door keys before. What is doorstep? Like outside the doors, your doorstep.
This.
We can say doorway. That is when you open the door, you walk through the doorway.
Door lock, lock. This.
I don't think that's a door lock. I don't think we say this. Door lock. Door lock. Okay, coffee.
Shop.
Coffee maker.
Coffee shop. Coffee maker. Coffee machine.
Coffee table.
Break.
Yeah. Ooh, coffee table.
Break. Coffee break.
Yes, coffee break. Maybe quick
Coffee cake.
Coffee time.
coffee time, maybe. And what do we use to make coffee? What is the little thing called? The plant. Coffee bean.
Ah,
Mhm.
okay.
Okay, and last one, face.
Facebook.
Facebook.
Mask.
Yeah. So
Okay.
face mask or face mask like for beauty.
Say shield.
Yeah. Shield. That is common now, face shield. If our skin is dry, what do we put on our face?
Wash.
Yeah, face wash. Common.
Okay.
But also cream, face cream. Okay, great job. So this was a little practice with compound nouns. But last week we also talked about relative clauses. So I have prepared a few questions for you to introduce our new topic. Okay, so you must guess what the person, place, or thing is. The adjective used to describe something that is against the rules or against the law. Okay, an adjective that means against the law. Ooh. I have another hint. It's the opposite of the word legal. Anyone?
Illegal.
Opposite.
Illegal.
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 Good. That was a good hint. So illegal means against the law, against the rules. Okay, it's not allowed. It's prohibited. Another one. A verb is used to describe the action of taking something that is not yours. Starts with an S. To take something that is not yours. S T.
Thief.
Okay, similar word, thief. Okay, but this word starts with an S. S-T.
Okay.
Oh.
Steal.
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 Uh-huh. Okay, you know it. You know it. The people who wear blue uniforms and have badges. This is also a compound noun. 2 words.
Was
Policeman.
Police officers.
Yeah. Also who have guns. We say police officers.
Oh, okay.
Police officers. The place where the police bring bad people after they do something illegal.
Jail.
Jail, or another word for jail, more prison.
Prison.
Yeah, so something bigger. Okay, prison is usually bigger than jail.
Okay.
what we call someone who has done something illegal. Starts with a C.
911.
Okay, that is who we call. That's who we call. But what do we call a person? A person who does something illegal.
Okay, policeman.
Oh, I heard Dimitro. Criminal.
Okay.
Criminal.
Okay.
And one more. The topic of today's lesson, which is one of Tina's favorite topics to teach. What do you think it is? Illegal, steal, police officers, jail, prison, criminal. Similar
Okay.
to criminal, crime. Ooh, crime. That is our new, that's a new topic of our chapter, crime. Very interesting. Okay. So we'll start with more vocabulary. Then we'll do some reading and some listening. So I will show you some photos, or before we do that, I want to know what vocabulary you already have of crime. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Okay, what are some words that you know related to crime? Anything. It could be a verb, an adjective, a noun, okay, a kind of crime.
Murder.
Murder. What else?
Suspicious.
Oh, I always can't spell suspicious. Suspicious. Okay, we can also say
Big.
suspicion.
Okay.
Like, no. Suspicion.
Victim.
Ooh, good word. We'll see that soon. Victim.
Slave.
Sorry, Barbara.
Proof.
Prove. Okay. Yes. Kevin.
Slave.
Slay.
Is
Is that
it
what you're
witness?
Yeah. So you guys are reading a lot of words that we are looking at today. Let's think of words you already know. Words that you already know. Okay, we said criminal. Okay, someone who does a crime is a criminal. Any other names of people related to crime? If I steal something. Oh, yeah. Thief?
15.
Thief?
Justice.
Justice? Yeah.
Or injustice.
Or injustice?
Detectives.
Yeah. Detective? I heard someone else.
Law.
Law. Good. Law.
Laws.
Good.
Lawyer.
Lawyer. Important. Oops.
Terrorist.
One more time, Dimitro.
Terrorismo.
Oh. Terrorism?
Mhm.
Yeah, unfortunately. One more time, Diana.
Gun.
Gun? A gun? What do we call a gun? Do we know a gun or a knife? Anybody know?
Weapon.
Yes, a weapon. Very dangerous.
Shop.
One more time, Dimitro.
Drop.
Cop? Or no, that's
No.
con.
Drop.
Drop.
It's thanks.
Drop.
I'm not sure.
Oh, corruption.
Oh, corruption.
Oh.
Okay, that's a big word. In politics, there is a lot of corruption. They don't follow the rules. They lie. And they are selfish.
Evidence.
Evidence. Yeah.
Evidence.
Insult.
Guilty.
Okay, guilty. What's the opposite of guilty?
Innocent.
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 Innocence.
Good.
Sentence.
Good.
Violence.
Good. Violence. Yes. Very unfortunate. Violence.
Maybe court. The place. Court. The place with no court.
Oh, court.
Court.
Yes.
The place where.
Yes, I have a photo later. Court.
Forense.
Glenda?
Forensic.
Okay, yeah, forensic.
Forensic.
Okay, anyone know the show CSI? Okay. Does anyone know what the words are for CSI? What is each letter? I'll start with crime.
Crime. Scene. Scene. Okay.
Investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah. So we have the word crime scene. This is where the crime happens. And then the investigation. This is what the detectives, they are trying to find out what happened. So they are doing an investigation.
Penalty.
Yeah. Penalty.
Judgment.
I think that's
Penalty.
similar to sentence. Okay, that is your punishment. Your punishment. Okay. Punishment, going to jail for 5 years. That is a punishment.
Tribunal.
Judge.
Okay. Cume,
Judge. Judge.
charge.
Judge.
Can you write it in the chat?
Judge.
Judge.
Judgment.
Judge.
Oh, judge.
We're also judgment. Okay. That's not how you write judgment.
Okay.
Judge is the person. Judgment is like justice. Okay, similar. Any other crimes? We have murder, we have terrorism. That's okay. I have some photos.
Violent.
Violent.
Stole. Yes.
Okay, so stealing. Steal or past tense stole. Or we could say the adjective stolen.
Okay.
Commit. Commit.
I heard a few people.
Proud.
Commit.
Humane.
Kidnapping.
Commit.
Kidnapping. Okay. I heard kidnapping. Okay, when you steal a person, kidnapping.
Proud.
Dimitro?
Proud.
Can you fraud.
Fraud.
Saying fraud. Okay, fraud is usually when you steal money. Okay, very sneaky. Okay, these are some great words. I have more words to show you, but I will show you pictures. Okay, pictures of different crimes.
Thief.
Yeah, so he is a thief.
So,
Okay, he is stealing.
still,
But when you're stealing from a shop or from a store, we say shoplifting. Shoplifting. Okay, you are pretending to shop. You're pretending to be shopping, but you take something. You steal something. Shoplifting. So he is a shoplifter. Oh, let me write shoplifter. He is. Okay, and what are they called? The people in the masks. You know, they are also stealing, but this is called something different.
still bank.
Bank rob.
Robbery. A robbery.
Okay.
Okay, a robbery is usually more violent. They will have guns or weapons, and very common to use robbery with the word bank robbery. What do we call these men or women who do bank robberies? A robber. Okay, they are called robbers. And then the verb is rob. I'll say to rob.
Okay.
To shoplift. To be a shoplifter. Does anyone know what this is called? Does anyone know what the painting is called? Or the art?
Vandalism.
Vandalism.
Good.
Vandalism.
Vandalism. Vandalism. Okay, when you destroy or you damage property, something that is not yours.
Okay.
Okay, so in this picture, he is doing graffiti. Okay, that is this, okay, painting with spray paint. We call it graffiti. So this is vandalism. Vandalism is also if you go to a store and you break everything. Okay, you have a weapon and you break everything. That is also vandalism.
Okay.
Said this word.
Kidnapping.
Yeah, kidnapping. He is a kidnapper. Okay, the action of kidnapping. The person, he is a kidnapper. Okay, similar, stealing, but from a pocket. Has anyone heard this before? Pocket. We say pickpocketing. Okay, when you steal from someone's pocket or from someone's purse, you are pickpocketing. You are a pickpocketer.
Okay.
Pickpocketer.
Okay.
Okay, this is very common in areas with a lot of tourism, areas with a lot of tourists.
Oh, yeah.
This can be very common, so you need to be very safe. One more.
Oh.
Yes, when someone does this on purpose, they make the decision to make a fire, to destroy something. We call it arson. Very bad. Very bad. Arson. When you destroy a building on purpose. Okay, it's your choice. You did it. It was not an accident. Not an accident. Okay. You chose to do this. Okay. Okay, so those are some different crimes. And I have more photos. One moment.
Okay.
Okay, we already talked about this. What is it called?
Weapon.
Weapon.
A weapon.
Weapon. And
Yeah, so gun, pistol, maybe. Okay, different names. You talked about innocent and guilty, but what does it mean? What does innocent mean?
Not crime.
Mhm. So innocent means no crime.
Okay.
What does guilty mean?
Crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So for now, I will say innocent is you did not do a crime.
Okay.
Guilty is you did a
Did
crime.
a crime. Okay.
Okay. So right now I'm using the verb did. Okay. But we will soon learn a better word for did. Did a crime. We talked about this. Someone mentioned, what is this room or this building called?
Okay.
Court.
Court.
Court. Court.
Yeah, court or courthouse. That is the building. Okay, now there are some special people, of course, in a courthouse. Someone already said lawyers.
Lawyers.
Okay, those are usually these people sitting at the front, lawyers. But we have the important man or woman standing
Judge.
here.
Judge.
Yeah. Judge. And what are these people called? The group of people on the side over here.
Testing. No, test.
Also starts with a J.
And where defend?
They're called jury. The jury.
Oh, okay.
The jury. And last one.
Prison jail.
Yes. So jail is usually a lot smaller. Okay, jail is small. Temporary. Okay, temporary place. After you go to court, after the judge
Okay.
or the jury decide your punishment, then you will go to prison.
Okay.
Prison is usually a lot bigger and very serious.
Okay.
Serious crimes, you go to prison. Okay, good. So this is some interesting vocabulary. I love talking about crime. Okay, and I have some more vocabulary from the book. Okay, this is very common. We will see some of this language in our reading and our listening today. We have evidence, detectives, murder, murderer, prove, solve, suspects, victim, and witnesses. So we have 9 words. We have 9 words and we have 9 definitions. So I'm going to put you with a group and I want you to match the words with the definitions. And we have mostly nouns. Most of them are nouns, but we have 2 verbs.
Okay.
So that will help you maybe a little.
Okay.
Okay. So with a group, match the words and the definitions. Okay. All right, here you go.
Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Hi. Hi, thank you.
Not very well. Police officer who investigated crimes.
Number one. We offer
Detective.
you
Detectives.
No.
This name?
Maybe.
Detectives. Hello.
Yes. Detective.
Number one, the officer who you were can get. 因为这个 crime
Detectives.
crime
One detective.
Detective. This name? Hello. Hello.
hello
Number one, detectives.
Number two.
Number two, whiteness. Whiteness.
white nurse black nurse
Yes.
black nurse number three mandatory
Suspects.
number three murder
Yeah.
number four
Suspects.
four
Suspects.
number four murder number five That was it.
The number 4.
Mhm.
Number 4. Suspects.
Motor. Number 4, motor.
Number 5. Murder.
Number 5.
I think number 5. Murder.
Number 6. Irritant. Number 7. Four. 8.
Okay, a few more people. All right, number 1. I think we have everyone. A few more students.
What?
No, they're here.
Detective.
Number 1, police officers who investigate crimes.
Detectives.
Detectives.
Good, detectives. Okay, 1 detective, many detectives. 2, people who see something that has happened and then tell others. Usually the police. They tell the police.
Witness.
Good. Witness or witnesses. We also have the verb to witness. Okay, witness a crime.
Okay.
Witness a crime. This means you saw a crime happen. Okay, so you can talk to the police and you can give them information about what you saw. Okay. 3, a person who was hurt or killed by somebody in a crime.
Murder.
So the person who is hurt or killed.
Victim.
Yes, it is the victim.
Victim. Okay.
So the person who dies or the person who is injured is the victim. Okay, they did not do the crime. The crime happened to them.
Okay.
4, a person who plans and kills another person.
Murder.
Murder.
Murderer.
Murder.
Murderer.
Okay.
Okay, that is the person who does the crime. Now 5, the crime of killing a person illegally and deliberately.
Murder.
Murder, yes.
Maybe.
Deliberately means not an accident. You made the choice. Okay, you made the choice to do it on purpose, we say. Purpose, not an accident. You did it.
Okay.
It was your choice. Your choice.
Okay.
The facts and signs that tell you who committed a crime.
Evidence.
Evidence. Okay, if you watch CSI, what are some examples of evidence?
Hair.
Proof.
Okay, we could also say proof. That is another word. Proof is similar to evidence. What is other examples of evidence? Hair. When we touch something. Fingerprints. Okay. Okay. Everyone has their own special fingerprints. Similar, we can say footprint. Okay. From your shoe. Okay, it'll tell them what shoe you had. Hair. Blood.
Blood.
Mm-hmm. Evidence can also be video. Maybe there was a camera. Maybe there was a security camera that saw what happened. This is also evidence.
Okay.
Video or photos.
Clothes.
Clothes.
Clothes. Oh,
Yeah, anything. Anything that can help.
Gun?
Yeah, a weapon. The weapon.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes we say the murder weapon. Or just the weapon. Okay, anything that helps the police officers investigate the crime. Anything that helps them find out what happened. Okay, the truth. So that is evidence. People who are thought to be guilty of a crime.
Suspects.
Suspects, yes. So suspect can also be a verb, okay, to suspect. Okay, if you suspect something, then you think it is true. Okay, I think you are the murderer, so you are the suspect. Okay, it is possible you are guilty. It's possible you did the crime. 8, a mystery, verb, to find the correct answer to why something happened.
Solve.
Good, solve. Okay, we solve a mystery, we solve a crime. Okay, this means we find the answer to what happened. Who killed this person? Or who robbed the bank? Okay, we want to solve the mystery. We want to solve the crime. We want to find what happened and find who did it. And to do that, we must do number 9. Use the facts and evidence to show that something is true. Prove. Okay, we must prove that the suspect is guilty using evidence. Okay, we need to show 100% that they did it.
Okay.
Another good word we might see, maybe DNA. Okay, so hair, blood. Okay, this is your DNA. everyone has their own special DNA.
Okay.
And one word, I thought it was here, but oh, right here. Great. Committed a crime. Committed a crime. So this is the word when I say do a crime, we say commit a crime. Okay, that is the verb we use with crime. To do a crime is to commit a crime. Okay, commit. So that is the verb I want you to use now to talk about doing a crime. We say committing a crime, to commit a crime. That is the special verb we will use. Okay, great. I think before we start the reading, we should take a short break. We'll take a short break and then we will start our reading and we will use these words again in our reading.
Yeah.
Take a quick 5-minute break. We will return and do some reading. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
See you in 5 minutes. Very popular American actor. Okay? And unfortunately, Natalie Wood was the victim. Okay? Was she the victim of a crime or did she die as a result of an unfortunate accident? Okay, how did Hollywood actress Natalie Wood die? Okay, this is today, this is still a mystery. No one knows what happened. It is still a mystery. So we will read, or you will read this text, and you will fill in the blanks using the vocabulary we learned. Okay, so number 1 has been done for you right here. Number 1, we have used victim. Was she the victim of a crime? So did someone murder her? Or was it an accident? Did she die as a result of an accident? So you must read the text and then fill in the blanks with these words. Okay. I will read it first one time for you so that you know the pronunciation. Then I will give you time alone to fill in the blanks. Okay, so for now, just listen and read. On the cold and rainy night of November 29th, 1981, the beautiful and talented actress Natalie Wood mysteriously fell off her boat, the Splendor, and died. She was found the next morning, nearly a mile away, floating in the water with bruises and scratches on her body. More than 30 years later, officials still haven't been able to the mystery of Natalie Wood's death. On the boat with Natalie that night were her husband, actor Robert Wagner, a friend, actor Christopher Walken, the captain, Dennis DeVerne, and a few others. Police know that Wagner and Walken had an argument early in the evening, but they made up and Walken went to bed. Police also know that Wood and Wagner had an argument. Wood then went to bed, and when Wagner went to look in on her, later she wasn't in her room. No one heard or saw Natalie fall off the boat. Therefore, there were no to say whether her death was an accident. In addition, blank, who were working on the case at the time, were not able to find any solid to whether Natalie Wood was pushed to her death from the boat. Therefore, her death was officially ruled an accident, meaning there was no for police to arrest and put in jail. In 2012, a TV news show investigating Natalie Wood's death brought new information to Los Angeles County officials. The TV news show claimed the bruises and scratches on her body were proof that she was indeed the victim of a murder. Officials have reopened the case and are currently conducting interviews. However, none of the people who were on the boat that night have been officially named as in Natalie's death. Will LA police eventually discover the truth about her death? Only time will tell. Okay, now I will give you more time to read the sentences with the missing word and decide which word to use. So I'll give you about 5 minutes. 5 minutes to do this alone. Fill in the blanks with the missing words here. Okay, one more minute. Okay, how are we doing? How are we doing? So for this activity, we're only looking to fill in the blanks. So you don't need to read everything. You can just read the sentences that are missing a word. Okay. So number one has already been done, victim. Victim. I'll read the sentence for number two. More than 30 years later, officials still haven't been able to the mystery of Natalie Wood's death. What do you think for number two?
Maybe salt.
Solve.
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 Excellent. So here we have two. Okay, to solve. Okay, that is good. Hint that we probably need a verb. And then mystery. Okay, we solve a mystery. The word here, officials. What do you think this means, officials? Officials haven't been able to solve the mystery. Okay, officials, police.
Police.
Yeah.
Okay.
Police, detectives, that is officials. Okay, very common to use that when talking about crime, officials. Okay, number 3 to 7, there are many in the same sentence, but this sentence will help you. No one heard or saw Natalie fall off the boat. Therefore, there were no witnesses.
Witness.
Okay,
Witness.
to say whether her death was an accident.
Murder.
Accident.
Murder.
Good. So opposite of accident, murder. In addition, blank who were working on the case.
Detectives.
Detective.
Good.
Detectives.
Excellent. So on the case, they were working on the case. The case is the investigation. Okay, the investigation. This is what they're doing to try and find the murderer, to find who did the crime, who committed the crime. We do an investigation, okay, or we say the case. The case is the investigation. At the time, or the mystery, also the mystery. Detectives were not able to find any solid
Evidence. Evidence.
So evidence
Proof.
Good. To prove whether Natalie Wood was pushed to her death from the boat. Okay, this is another common word. Solid means strong, very strong evidence. For example, if we found blood, or if we found a weapon, or fingerprints that belong to the suspect, that would be very good evidence, very strong evidence to prove or to show that she was killed. Okay. Solid is very good evidence to prove or to show the truth, which is Maybe she fell off the boat. Therefore, her death was officially ruled an accident. So they officially decided it was an accident, meaning there was no for police to arrest and put in jail.
Suspects.
Suspect.
Suspect.
Okay, also number 9, very similar. However, none of the people who were on the boat that night have been officially named as in Natalie's death. Now, both of these are very similar. Okay, you can often do both. However, this is a common expression we say when talking about crimes. Okay, name a suspect. Okay, when you name a suspect, it means like announce a suspect, or tell the public about a suspect and to give them the name of the suspect. Okay, that is name a suspect. Okay, they publicly, maybe in the news, they will say, this is a suspect. We think this person might have done the crime. Okay, that is a suspect. But murderer, okay, murderer, there was no murderer to arrest and put in jail. Okay, so suspect, okay, you think maybe they did it. Murderer, you are certain they did it. So you will arrest them and you will put them in jail. But both of these sentences are very similar, very similar. So number 8, number 9 were a little difficult. We are going to read it again, but we're going to answer some different questions. When did Natalie Wood die? 2, what was the weather like on the night she died? Where was her body found? Who was on the boat with her when she died? Who did Natalie Wood have an argument with the night she died? And how many years later did the police reopen the investigation into her death? Okay, so read it one more time and answer these questions. I'll give you another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes to answer these 6 questions. Okay, one more minute. Okay, are we done? Almost done? How are we doing? Okay, so. Maybe some answers you can't find. Okay, I tried to give you some little hints. So for example, number 1, when did she die? We're looking for date. Looking for date. So I'll ask Sandy. Sandy, number 1, when did Natalie Wood die? Sandy?
November 29th, 1981.
Good, right at the top. November 29th, 1981. Thank you. Diana, what was the weather like on the night she died?
The night cold and rainy.
Good, cold and rainy. So rainy is an adjective we use to say there was a lot of rain. There's a lot of raining. Barbara, where was her body found?
She found not a mile away,
Mm-hmm.
floating in the water with brooks.
Yes, good. So mile away, that is far from the boat. And she was floating in the water. So she was at the top on the water, away from the boat. Okay, and bruises, scratches. Bruises, when your skin is blue or black because you hit something. Scratches, okay, when you cut yourself by mistake. And in this article, in this text, they say that this is a bad sign, that maybe this was not an accident. Maybe someone hurt. Maybe someone was violent with her. Okay, number 4, Catalina. Number 4, who was on the boat with her when she died?
Okay. Her husband, Robert Warner, a friend, Christopher Walken, the captain, Dennis Davern, and a few others.
Good, yeah, and a few others. Her husband, her friend, which is also an actor, and the captain, and a few others, we don't know who. Okay, Q Ming, who did Natalie Wood have an argument with the night she died?
No one. The argument is Wagner and walking.
Okay,
No, oh.
there were 2 fights. There were 2 arguments. So Wagner and Walken had an argument.
Okay. One to bed.
Yeah, and then Wood and Wagner also had an argument. So Wagner, who is Wagner?
Oh.
All on the what?
Her husband. Oh, not good. She had an argument with her husband the night she died. And last one, Dimitro. How many years later did the police reopen the investigation into her death?
30 years later.
Oh, you're muted. Sorry. You're muted, Dimitro.
Oh.
Unmute. Try again.
30 years later.
Good. 30 years. So you can see this here, more than 30 years later, or you can do math.
Okay.
Yeah, 1981. And
Use a calculator.
2012.
yes, that's okay. 31 years later.
Yes.
Yeah. Or again, more than 30 years later. Very similar. Okay, great. So those were some questions about the mysterious death of Natalie Wood. So that was a little reading. Now we have a little bit of listening. Okay, a little bit of listening. We will listen to a police officer talking about the death of Natalie Wood. Okay, so we're going to listen one time. This one is short, and I want you to fill in the information that is missing. Okay, Robert Wagner, Christopher Walken, Dennis Davern. Just fill in the information that is missing. Okay, just 1 minute.
5.35.
Good morning, and thank you for coming, Mr. Ryan. Or should it be Detective Ryan? You were a detective with the Los Angeles Police Department, weren't you?
Yes, that's right. For 25 years. I retired last year.
People today are still fascinated by Natalie Wood's death, even though it was more than 30 years ago. That's incredible, isn't it?
Well, it's not really that surprising. People are always interested in unsolved mysteries, and Natalie Wood was a well-known and talented actress.
Now, to be clear, none of the people on the boat the night Ms. Wood died were or are suspects. But can you tell us who was on the boat that night?
That is correct. None of them were or are suspects. But in order to get a better understanding about what happened that night, it is important to know who was on the boat. So the people were her husband, movie and TV actor Robert Wagner, her friend and movie actor Christopher Walken, and the captain of the boat, Dennis Davern.
Okay, a little different pronunciation, Davern. Okay, first picture, Robert Wagner, Natalie Wood's
Husband.
Husband. Good. He is also, or he is still alive today, but he was a very popular actor in the past. Christopher Walken, Natalie Wood's
Friend.
Friend.
Friend and movie actor. Does anyone recognize him? This is a very young picture of Christopher Walken. He is still acting a little today. Okay. Very popular American actor. And last one, Dennis Davern. Blank
Boat.
captain.
Mhm.
Boat
Captain.
captain. Okay, so these are the three main people who were on the boat. They were on the Splendor. That is the name of the boat. So we will listen to part 2. That was just a short introduction. We're going to listen to part 2. It is longer. And I want you to answer true or false to these 10 sentences. We have 1. It's possible that Miss Wood was hit before she fell into the water. 2. The LA County Coroner's Office recently changed Natalie Wood's cause of death because of new evidence found on the boat. So LA, okay, Los Angeles County, that is the area, okay, Los Angeles County, that is the area where the crime happened. Then coroner's office, a coroner. Has anyone heard of this? Coroner. If you watch CSI, you will know what a coroner is. A coroner is a doctor who looks at the body, okay, the dead body of a victim.
Forensic.
Yes, or of someone who has died. Okay, so it is a doctor who investigates human bodies, okay, human dead bodies, okay, to see if it was an accident, to see how they died. That is cause of death. Okay, how did they die? Did they die from being hit and falling in the water? Or was it an accident? Did they fall by themselves? What happened? How did they die? Okay, looking at evidence from the body. That is what the coroner does. So the sentence is, the LA County Coroner's Office recently changed Natalie Wood's cause of death because of new evidence found on the boat. 3, Miss Wood was jealous of Mr. Wagner and Mr. Walken's friendship. 4, Mr. Wagner wrote about his wife's death in a book. 5, Miss Wood and Mr. Walken acted in a movie together. Mr. Walken has spoken to many people about the night of November 29th, 1981. 7, the boat captain and Mr. Walken had an argument the night Miss Wood died. The boat captain says he didn't tell the truth in 1981. 9, the detective doesn't want to say how Miss Wood died. And number 10, he doesn't think the mystery will ever be solved. So I want you to decide, are these true or are these false? And if you have trouble listening, I have given you the listening script. You can listen and read at the same time if you need to. So let's listen. We're going to listen 2 times. For now, just decide true or false. True or false. Let's listen.
5.36.
Recently, the LA County Coroner's Office re-examined Ms. Wood's cause of death because of some new information about the bruises and scratches that were found on her body the night she died.
Yes, that's correct. This new information suggests that Ms. Wood may have been hit or beaten right before she died. And the coroner changed Ms. Wood's original cause of death from accidental drowning to drowning and other undetermined factors.
So what does this mean for the other people on the boat?
Officially, it doesn't mean anything for them. They still aren't suspects.
And you don't think they're suspects, do you?
No, I don't. I don't think any of them can be considered suspects without some kind of convincing evidence.
What about Robert Wagner? There are reports that he was jealous of his wife's friendship with Mr. Walken.
Well, yes. Mr. Wagner wrote in his book, Pieces of My Heart, that he was jealous of the relationship and that he and Mr. Walken argued that night on the boat. But that doesn't make him a suspect.
And Christopher Walken, Ms. Wood's friend and co-star?
Mr. Walken has remained mostly silent about what happened that night, but he has talked to the police.
The boat captain changed his story about what happened that night, didn't he? That he originally lied to police the night Natalie died.
Yes, Mr. Davern told a TV news program that he lied about the events of that night. He now says that Mr. Wagner and Ms. Wood had an argument, and that Ms. Wood went missing shortly after. Mr. Davern also claims that Mr. Wagner delayed contacting the police, implying that Mr. Wagner was responsible for Ms. Wood's death.
Do you believe the captain's new story?
Well, no. I think the timing of his news story is suspicious, since he released it so close to the 30-year anniversary of her death. I think he was looking to make some money by bringing this sad story back into the news.
So, what do you think happened that night?
I can't tell you because I don't know.
So you don't think we'll ever solve the mystery?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think one day the mystery will be solved. Some new evidence will appear, and we'll be able to say that Natalie Wood's mysterious death is finally solved. But right now, it's still a mystery, and people like a good mystery.
Okay, we will listen one more time to decide true or false.
5.36.
Recently, the LA County Coroner's Office re-examined Ms. Wood's cause of death because of some new information about the bruises and scratches that were found on her body the night she died.
Yes, that's correct. This new information suggests that Ms. Wood may have been hit or beaten right before she died. And the coroner changed Ms. Wood's original cause of death from accidental drowning to drowning and other undetermined factors.
So what does this mean for the other people on the boat?
Officially, it doesn't mean anything for them. They still aren't suspects.
And you don't think they're suspects, do you?
No, I don't. I don't think any of them can be considered suspects without some kind of convincing evidence.
Well, what about Robert Wagner? There are reports that he was jealous of his wife's friendship with Mr. Walken.
Well, yes. Mr. Wagner wrote in his book, Pieces of My Heart, that he was jealous of the relationship and that he and Mr. Walken argued that night on the boat. But that doesn't make him a suspect.
And Christopher Walken, Ms. Wood's friend and co-star?
Mr. Walken has remained mostly silent about what happened that night, but he has talked to the police.
The boat captain changed his story about what happened that night, didn't he? That he originally lied to police the night Natalie died.
Yes, Mr. Davern told a TV news program that he lied about the events of that night. He now says that Mr. Wagner and Ms. Wood had an argument, and that Ms. Wood went missing shortly after. Mr. Davern also claims that Mr. Wagner delayed contacting the police, implying that Mr. Wagner was responsible for Ms. Wood's death.
Do you believe the captain's new story?
Well, no. I think the timing of his news story is suspicious, since he released it so close to the 30-year anniversary of her death. I think he was looking to make some money by bringing this sad story back into the news.
So, what do you think happened that night?
I can't tell you because I don't know.
So you don't think we'll ever solve the mystery?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think one day the mystery will be solved. Some new evidence will appear, and we'll be able to say that Natalie Wood's mysterious death is finally solved. But right now, it's still a mystery, and people like a good mystery.
Okay. So let's decide true or false. True or false. We will listen again after to find more information. But for now, just true or false. 1, it's possible that Miss Wood was hit before she fell into the water.
True. True. True.
True. That is true. 2, the LA County Coroner's Office recently changed Natalie Wood's cause of death because of new evidence found on the boat.
False.
This is false.
Oh,
Number 3, Miss Wood was jealous of Mr. Wagner and Mr. Walken's relationship or friendship.
True.
true. True.
False.
False.
Okay. We'll listen again. We will listen again to find out why.
Okay.
4, Mr. Wagner wrote about his wife's death in a book.
True.
That is true.
True.
Miss Wood and Mr. Walken acted in a movie together. False. That's true.
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 Mr. Walken has spoken to many people about the night of November 29th, 1981.
False.
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 The boat captain and Mr. Walken had an argument the night Miss Wood died. False.
False.
The boat captain says he didn't tell the truth in 1981. True. True. The detective doesn't want to say how Miss Wood died. Yeah, this is true.
True.
Yeah. He says he doesn't want to say because he doesn't know. He doesn't know the answer. He doesn't know the truth. So he doesn't want to answer the question. And 10, he doesn't think the mystery will ever be solved.
False.
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 Good. Good. So now, here are the 5 false sentences. Okay. Now we will listen one more time. And I want you to tell me why. Why are they false? How can I correct the sentence to make it true? Okay, we'll listen one more time. One more time to correct the false sentences. Sometimes you only need to change one word. Okay, one word is incorrect. Sometimes it's a verb. Sometimes it's a noun. Sometimes it's a name. Okay, let's listen one more time.
5.36.
Recently, the LA County Coroner's Office re-examined Ms. Wood's cause of death because of some new information about the bruises and scratches that were found on her body the night she died.
Yes, that's correct. This new information suggests that Ms. Wood may have been hit or beaten right before she died. And the coroner changed Ms. Wood's original cause of death from accidental drowning to drowning and other undetermined factors.
So what does this mean for the other people on the boat?
Officially, it doesn't mean anything for them. They still aren't suspects.
And you don't think they're suspects, do you?
No, I don't. I don't think any of them can be considered suspects without some kind of convincing evidence.
Well, what about Robert Wagner? There are reports that he was jealous of his wife's friendship with Mr. Walken.
Well, yes. Mr. Wagner wrote in his book, Pieces of My Heart, that he was jealous of the relationship and that he and Mr. Walken argued that night on the boat. But that doesn't make him a suspect.
And Christopher Walken, Ms. Wood's friend and co-star?
Mr. Walken has remained mostly silent about what happened that night, but he has talked to the police.
The boat captain changed his story about what happened that night, didn't he? That he originally lied to police the night Natalie died.
Yes, Mr. Davern told a TV news program that he lied about the events of that night. He now says that Mr. Wagner and Ms. Wood had an argument, and that Ms. Wood went missing shortly after. Mr. Davern also claims that Mr. Wagner delayed contacting the police, implying that Mr. Wagner was responsible for Ms. Wood's death.
Do you believe the captain's news story?
Well, no. I think the timing of his news story is suspicious, since he released it so close to the 30-year anniversary of her death. I think he was looking to make some money by bringing this sad story back into the news.
So, what do you think happened that night?
I can't tell you because I don't know.
So you don't think we'll ever solve the mystery?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think one day the mystery will be solved. Some new evidence will appear, and we'll be able to say that Natalie Wood's mysterious death is finally solved. But right now, it's still a mystery, and people like a good mystery.
Okay. So, first sentence. The LA County Coroner's Office recently changed Natalie Wood's cause of death because of new evidence found on the boat. What is incorrect about this sentence?
New information about the bruise and
Yeah, bruises
Scratches.
and scratches.
scratches.
Good, good. So instead of found on the boat, you can say found on her body. Found on her body. The bruises and the scratches on her body. And again, coroner's office, they examine the body. They don't examine the boat. Mrs. Wood was jealous of Mr. Wagner and Mr. Walken's friendship. Why is this incorrect? A lot of W's. It's difficult. Wood, Wagner, Walken.
Oh.
Wagner wrote in his book, Piece of Mind,
Yes.
of the relationship and that he and Mr. Walker.
Okay, so it's the opposite. Mr. Wagner was jealous of Miss Wood and Mr. Walken's relationship. Because remember, they are married. They are married. So Mr. Wagner was not happy that his wife was friends with another handsome actor.
And why in the book?
Yes, he wrote it in the book, which is strange. Why would he say that in a book? Okay. Mr. Walken has spoken to many people about the night of November 29th, 1981.
No, we spoke to many people for the police.
No, it's possible.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
it's possible. It's isn't. No.
Yeah, so
no,
this
it's possible.
This part is incorrect.
Yeah.
Okay. They said he remained silent.
Yeah.
He remained silent. Let's see. He has talked to the police, but he has remained mostly silent about what happened that night. He has only spoken to the police. Okay, not everyone, just the police. The boat captain and Mr. Walken had an argument the night Miss Wood died.
That he originally lied to us.
Yes, so that's true. The boat captain lied, but the name is incorrect. Who had an argument with Mr. Walken?
Okay.
It wasn't the boat captain. Who was it? Similar to the second question. So Mr. Wagner was jealous. So he had an argument with Mr. Walken. Okay, the two men had an argument. And last question, He doesn't think the mystery will ever be solved.
It's wrong because it's still a mystery. I think.
Exactly. So the interviewer asks him, do you think it'll ever be solved? He says, no, I wouldn't say that. I think one day the mystery will be solved. Okay. Maybe new evidence. Maybe new evidence will appear. I don't know about that. 30 years ago, difficult, but he thinks it will be solved one day. One day. Okay, excellent. It's a little bit of listening. And we only have 1 minute left. For homework, I will send you a Google Forms link. Let's see. I will send you a Google Forms link to practice some vocabulary. All of the vocabulary we learned today, but also I love crime stories. So I will also send you in Google Forms. Let me show you. I have some photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Some photos of a crime being committed. Okay, so just a short crime story, so a short writing activity. So look at the photos and write maybe 3 or 4 sentences about what is happening in the photos. Okay, a short crime story. And then if you want extra practice, you can also think about what happens after the photo. For example, what happens in court? Does he go to jail or prison? Okay, you can use some of the vocabulary we learned today to help you write only a few sentences. Okay, but that's it for vocabulary and just a little bit of writing. And tomorrow we will listen very short to the same audio one more time, because in that audio we have some grammar that we will learn tomorrow. And we will practice interviewing each other, police officers and criminals. It will be very interesting. So I will see everyone tomorrow. Great job.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.